Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Black Mirror series. This is episode 3 of season 6 and it is called Beyond the Sea. Now, this is the second episode in a row that is teasing me with some sea-based monster I'm imagining in my head, and it's definitely not going to be some sea-based monster, but instead some horrific story, whether it involves a futuristic technology or not. I'm aware of that. So this is episode 3 of season 6 of Black Mirror Beyond the Sea. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it.
Sweetheart, you're gonna scratch your nose, try to go back to the same pose afterward?
Is that Josh Hartnett? Shit, I ain't seen him since like The Faculty in Halloween H2O. Oh shit! Jesse Pinkman, Aaron Paul in the house. What a cast this episode's got.
Not used to my grip yet. Still getting accustomed to it.
Playing a role of a man with a deep, deep lumberjack knowledge.
Henry was wondering how long till dinner.
That's a sneaky way to tell your wife to make dinner.
Well, that's not quite right yet, but eventually I hope to transmit moving pictures by wireless.
Well, congratulations to the happy couple who have yet to cut the wedding cake on her head.
And is this one of the suites?
Yes, it is.
Why were those two people watching him?
You're David Ross?
I believe I am.
Oh, he's a celebrity or something.
So, up there, are you, like, sleeping right now?
It's a kind of sleep.
What the fuck is going on? There is some deep technology going on here I'm gonna need to slowly process in my head. He doesn't look like the happiest of lumberjacks. Not that lumberjacks are known for their, you know, upbeatness or anything. I could imagine him whistling while they're chopping down a tree. You ever whistle when you're in a bad mood? Exactly. Creepy van at the bottom of the driveway. Okay. What you got in store for me, Charlie? Don't like this shit, Mr. Brooker. I'm guessing it's just because perhaps this guy is instrumental in whatever simulation they're in or something. He's sort of a celebrity. They're sort of celebrity stalkers. I'm completely taking shots in the dark here, but you never know, you might hit an innocent bystander. Can't fault his taste, it's a classic club banger. All the French women were twerking to this in the 30s. Okay, extended standing masturbation scene. Since it's the sort of same technique, does that mean that that's also Josh Hartnett's guitar playing face? Oh. Creepy technology time. We're starting with a watch. Always starts with a watch.
I have to go.
What is this? What's strange about that is, you know, I was expecting him to be the contrast to the technology, but he's got the exact same watch. Oh, what the fuck is this? So, just by seeing this, my guess is they are either astronauts or human beings in some sort of facility that allows life extension through deep sleep, and when they're in their deep sleep, they get put into a simulation to keep the brain active, kind of thing.
Some sort of minor impact, probably just debris.
They definitely seem like astronauts.
Let's get to it.
Or are they going to have to go outside on a spacewalk to fix the damage? I always thought this seems like the scariest part of an astronaut's job. Only a few astronauts have ever done it, but you see when they have that sort of mounted seat with rockets on it, and they're literally free of a cord connecting them to the ship. That's even creepier, man. You know, if them rockets fail, they're just drifting off into the darkness. And also, there's even weirder conspiracy theories you can go down in the astronauts lost in space rabbit hole. If you type in a phrase, the phantom cosmonauts, there's conspiracy theories that the Soviets sent many humans up to space, but the ones that died were never announced and not recorded. They were sort of clandestine, so there is just a bunch of dead cosmonauts floating out there. But when you're connected with that little wire, I suppose you would feel quite exhilarated just floating. Any of you guys ever watched that channel? The dude with a mustache that's up in the International Space Station. Quite a fascinating channel. He's not up there now. I think he's in some other thing underwater now. That guy gets everywhere. His wife must be a battle axe. Nice. Well, at least nothing went wrong. I was expecting something to go wrong there. Also, does he have to explain that device to his country wife, or is she just like, cool, he's got an electric chair looking thing in the basement hooked up with some heart monitors, I'm sure it's nothing. Farming tools. Oh, put the bat down, it's obviously fanboys.
I'm Kappa. This is Sigma, Theta, and that's Epsilon.
Kappa looks like a McCulkin. Tell me that motherfucker ain't a McCulkin.
Do you have a cock?
Good question.
All of you leave right now.
These motherfuckers are like the Manson family.
Lay his arm out.
What the fuck?
Let's see what's inside your hand.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm also kinda curious what's inside his hand.
Freaky.
Wait, it's a fucking machine.
You are nothing natural, my friend.
Wait, so are you telling me they're not even in a simulation? They're just going into, like, mechanical bodies on Earth still?
Try to work out where you are.
Oh my god. Wasn't expecting him to instantly get killed like that. Well, at least he's still alive on the ship. Fucking hell. So it just knocked him out of the body and he had to put himself back in it.
A man sleeps in the sky while his mechanical image walks the earth.
So these people are just sort of anti-robotic group or something?
Defying nature must have a cost, or what will become of us all?
Sounds quite religious based as well.
Machine Man will watch, with his heart screaming 1,000,000 miles above us.
This is fucked up. You're joking. You are fucking kidding me. Charlie Brooker. Charlie Brooker, man. Charlie. Why Charlie? I know, it's a mirror. It's a mirror reflecting back at us, the blackness of the souls of humanity. I get it. But why? Oh, that was horrific. Surely it's only uphill from here. You can't get worse than incinerating a woman and children. Unless you're Charlie Brooker.
What the hell are you saying?
That'd be so messed up for him to learn that news as well. And does that mean that Josh Hartnett can just no longer walk the earth? Or how does it work now? Do they give him a new body?
David.
Leave me alone.
It's a completely understandable reaction. If someone needs space, you gotta give him that space. I mean, who knows where his mind is right now. He won't give a fuck about whatever mission they're on, that's for sure.
He told me to get out.
Okay, so the country wife does know what's going on.
Those kids? I can't even imagine.
And now, obviously, you've got to worry for Aaron Paul's family. Is another group going to come for him now and do the same thing to his wife and children?
Can't they make him another replica somehow?
No, it's just not possible.
No, so they can't even make him another body, so he's essentially got to spend 4 years simply on the spaceship. And whenever Aaron Paul's down here, he'll be by himself. He'll go insane over time. Aaron Paul will come out of his body and slowly see Josh Hartnett like go insane or change as a person. It's a really good setup this, because it could go so many ways from here.
For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff.
Imagine getting broadcast your own funeral. I feel like that's where they're going with this. Are they going to go with like just an astronaut slowly going insane? Quite interesting. I had a story about two astronauts on a isolated spaceship, a Russian astronaut and an American astronaut on the ISS, and they're friends. And then it's announced over the radio that America and Russia are at direct war, and it initially causes them to have a argumentative debate, which leads into a full-on fight. And then after the fight, they're sort of sitting back against the windows of the spaceship, reconciling their differences and saying it'll be alright and that, and then just the Earth explodes in the background and out of the windows behind them. That was my little short story.
Hey!
What the fuck is he doing? Is he in the airlock? What in the fuck is he doing?
Just looking things over.
Oh, if I was Aaron Paul, I'd be spending as much time on the space station as possible, because at the end of the day, if this guy does lose it, and Aaron Paul's down here in his fucking fantasy life, and, you know, Josh Hartnett does something that compromises the ship or the mission or something, his real body will die if the ship blows up, for example.
The man is lost. I can't reach him and I don't know what to do.
It's tough. How do you talk to someone like that? Again, I always say this, but you can never know where another mind is at. You know, it's a completely different set of chemistry than your brain. The moment you try to think about it, it's impossible to think about it in their shoes because you don't know how their brain works, let alone a brain dealing with isolation for an extended period, the instant change of getting to go into that body and have an entire family life instantly swap with the trauma of losing them all, and then you have to deal with that in said isolation. Fuck knows where that takes a person's mind. I mean, he seems like he's still trying to concentrate, but I can't imagine he really cares about this mission anymore.
How would you feel about using my link?
Oh shit, that's a nice thing to offer him.
The house, that's a long way from anywhere it's real private.
Oh man, is this gonna get into a situation where like he ends up sleeping with the guy's wife while he's in his chair kind of thing? Okay, so I've got one or two predictions. First one is, it complicates things. Him and the guy's wife start to maybe like one another. Second one is, he just uses that guy's body to go and get revenge on the people that killed his family. And if he comes down in Adam Paul's body, is there going to be a time where he comes down and she thinks it's one of them, but it's actually the other tricking her to like, you know, catch her in the act kind of thing? Or there's actually a lot of ways this could go. First thing you would do, 100%, is check your dick. Might want to announce yourself vocally, you know, before you start Michael Myersing about the house. Don't want to get shotgunned by the wife as your introduction. That would be so cool for him though, after, you know, all he's dealt with and just being up in the ship all that time, just to get a bit of fresh air.
Would you like to see the forest?
Who the fuck doesn't want to see a forest? Let's go. I always think about the insects that have cameoed in movies and TV shows over the years. They never knew. That little caterpillar is forever immortalised in a Black Mirror episode. Little guy had no idea. Fucking killed it as well. Keeping visible to the camera, keeping on the main fingers. He did an amazing job as an extra. What we don't see is the caterpillar wrangler just off camera with like a net ready to fucking take the caterpillar back. But at least we know the caterpillar's safe. As safe as you can be in the hands of a wrangler. He probably still needs time to himself, you know, even in this body for a little bit. Oh, it looks like we're going to go down the road of the wife and him developing a little relationship though. Because, you know, real Adam Paul is quite cold to her as well. So the fact that he's instantly displaying that level of emotion will be something she has never seen from her current husband. That's cool though, man, because it really would have done that guy the world of good. He was falling to pieces on this ship.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
We know this is going to end absolutely horribly, of course, but for the moment, this is a beautiful moment. Let's enjoy the moment. He's going to draw the house, isn't he? He fucking loves that place. Of course, the other way it goes is, you know, his wife's incredibly loyal to Adam Paul. Josh Hartnett begins getting feelings for her and turns into some fucking weirdo about it. Kills him on the ship or something so he can pretend to be him.
What did you do?
Not much.
She said, not much I could say. He didn't ask you what you said, he asked you what you did. And you know what you did. You hugged him. Might as well have gave him a fucking reach around at the oak tree. Or was it a willow? I'm shit with trees.
You did this from memory?
Wow, that's amazing. I'm always so envious of talented artists. I know a bunch of talented artists and I've always loved art, but from the age of like 5 to the age of 15, I never progressed in my ability to draw.
I mean, how long would a painting take?
Well, a little while, obviously.
So he's trying to talk him into getting some extra time under the guise of wanting to do an oil painting of the house.
1 hour. Once a week while I'm doing the physical.
An hour a week isn't much, to be honest.
There aren't many books in the house. Cliff doesn't really read.
I'll think of a few recommendations for you.
They've instantly got more in common. It's not looking good for Cliff. He's going to jump off his own name by the end of this episode. Oh, look at him. The cultured painter with his French 1930s twerk music. He is absolutely wooing this wallflower of a wife. Now, if I was Adam Paul, the first time I went in, I would go up to his painting and look at it and sort of estimate in my time the progress that took in an hour. And then if I ever went in and noticed the painting did not have adequate progress, I would know he was piping my wife. Then when he went in the simulation next, he would notice his oil painting had a giant dick shooting semen spray painted across the front of it. My little addition to the art project.
Why don't you just try to add a little to the tree there?
Oh my god, why don't you just whip out some clay and reenact the scene from Ghost?
It's fine. Here, just move the brush through it.
I knew he was going to start guiding her fucking hand.
Better see what he wants.
Of course.
It will be weird to her though, because obviously she's attracted to her husband, the father of her children, and it's just like he's had a personality upgrade to this cultured, happier guy. So I can understand the conflict she must be feeling in her head. Yeah, it's moved on to an infatuation with a wife.
This is a good one. I think you'll like it.
Oh, here he comes, laying the fucking culture down on her.
I was so sorry to hear about what happened with your co-pilot, Mr. Ross.
Ah, shit. She doesn't even know she's saying it to his face. I imagine she would be. If anything, she seems like a bit of a bitch.
Is that... you added me?
That is such a good painting. I wonder who they hired to do that. Okay, so she wasn't interested in reciprocating.
He won't know.
Oh fuck, he's fully up to no good.
You want this.
Get away from me!
Fuck. So it's going the other way I thought, where she's going to not reciprocate and he's going to get a bit creepy.
That man is no match for you.
You are a guest in this house.
What a fucking asshole. Because think how much trust it would take for Aaron Paul's astronaut to actually allow him, his body, to walk around his house in the real world. Much respect to her. I thought she was going to end up, you know, falling for it all, but she held strong and she did the right thing. And shame on Josh Hartnett for pushing the issue so hard after she said no. Oh shit, he smeared the painting. Did he do that because he saw him in the barn with his mum, or he saw his mum storm away?
You should go.
At least he's listening to her. Part of me worries it's going to go even darker from here. You know, it's not been dark enough yet. Part of me thinks he's going to want to kill him on the ship so he can pretend to be him now.
He gave him a little smack. Nothing I haven't done myself 100 times.
You've smacked your kid 100 times. That's brain damage territory.
David wants to finish the painting.
The goddamn painting.
I know.
If I was the wife right now, I would be honest with him. It's going to cause tension on the ship, but it's better he knows where she's at, because she's just coming across weird as fuck when she's not telling him the truth.
Okay.
And this is now her own fault, because she should have told him right then and there exactly what he was trying to do. And it's fucked up, because they're clearly on a crucial mission. There's only 2 of them on this ship. If things fall to shit between the 2 of these guys, you know, if it's a really life or death mission for the planet Earth, it's not going to look good for humanity if they've got beef. Little East Coast, West Coast gang rivalry on the spaceship, fucking sealing off half a side each and painting the fucking walls red and blue. Float by shootings.
Lana, listen.
Your things are set up in the barn.
Lana, please.
I'm taking Henry to the pool.
Okay, at this point, he needs to fuck off, seriously. He needs to just take the hint and fucking leave it. If he wants to come here, paint, enjoy the real world, cool. He seemed to be more like a city guy. Why not just come into the body, straight away jump in the whip, go into a town, enjoy a bit of town life, get back out, no problem. Why force the issue? It's even more shallow because it's the convenient thing for him to do, do you know what I'm saying? If he misses female interaction, he's just going for the closest thing when he gets out with his fucking pod into his robot body. Now, I've got a theory about this scene. I've got a theory he's going to snoop in Josh Hartnett's room and find the sketch of his wife. Ah, shit. Oh, he's drawn her like that as well. She didn't even pose like that for him. Oh my god, that's even worse, because he's going to think she actually posed like this for him. Well, that's their friendship over. I was wondering if he was going to turn the smear into a tree. It's a smart cleanup plan.
It's a drawing. Like a fantasy.
That's not a good explanation, bro.
It's pure fantasy. I got mixed up.
Oh, you got mixed up.
This is fucking horrible.
Everything I had destroyed.
Yeah, I fucking see that side of it, bro. It's horrible. But you were whispering in his wife's ear, he'll never know, and all that fucking proper creep shit. Do you know what I mean? So, can't sympathise with you, mate.
Did you touch him?
No,
Take him to our bed.
absolutely not.
You're not telling him the full truth. Tell him the full truth. He'll understand.
He wanted it to.
Yes.
There you go. See, that's what you should have said from the start. You were being very subvertive around the point that, like, yeah, he came on to me. I rejected his advances.
You didn't listen.
True, she was kind of saying she didn't want him back in the simulation again.
He didn't touch me, but I wished he did.
This is a very well acted scene. She had a myriad of legitimate reasons to want to cheat with the other guy. So it shows, you know, how much resolve she did show to reject his advances.
I overstepped the mark, and I apologize.
At least he was man enough to say it to his face. If I was Aaron Paul, I still wouldn't want to be the dude's friend, though.
I'd like to apologize to her in person.
Ah, shit. I would not let this guy back in the link anyway, anyhow.
She says that you're a snake. A con man.
Okay, we both know that's not entirely true. She did say she wished that Josh Hartnett had touched her, so...
For all time, she is mine. In every way.
And it's quite an authoritative speech he's just given him there, but as her husband, I can understand. He needs to improve his relationship with her, yes, but some other guy moving in on her like that, he's got every right to say, fuck you, bro. He's lucky he's not cut his head off in his sleep. And I know the story's going to get darker in the next 5 minutes. Some fucked up shit is going to happen in the next 5 minutes. I know. I don't know what exactly, but you know, one of these two dudes is going to fucking die, aren't they?
Small impact a few minutes ago, coolant tubing took a hit.
He's going to shut him out of the fucking airlock into space, isn't he? Fuck.
David? David?
Has he ran straight to the pod? Oh man, I know things are going to go completely horrible in the next minute or so. I can feel it starting to build in the pit of my stomach. Okay, so he's letting him back in. Right. So the only way he would have done that is if he went into the pod and did something quickly in the real world.
Where's my tag?
What the fuck has he done? What the fuck has he done? How bad is Charlie Brooker gonna make this for me? Oh no, there's blood all over his face. Oh, fuck off. What's he done? What has he done? It can't be anything else, can it? Can't be anything else. It's got to be wife and or children dead. So I guess it was just a weird crime of passion, like if I can't have her, nobody can have her type thing. Absolutely horrific. And why is he just sitting there? What the fuck? How is this in any way an understandable ending? What, my family's dead, so I had to go and kill your family, so now we're the same, come and hang about with me. Wow, that is a fucking infuriating ending. Holy shit. Okay, and that was episode 3 of season 6 of Black Mirror Beyond the Sea, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, Beyond the Sea, what did I think of that? First of all, just what a great premise. 2 astronauts in space who are allowed to go down into very realistic human replications of themselves to still spend time on Earth while they're on an important mission, spending years and years in space. It's a great setup for science fiction. And I was constantly guessing as to where the story was going throughout this episode, just because every turn it took created an interesting series of possibilities straight away in my head. So I was like trying to problem solve to be ahead of the game because it was quite complex. So you know, when Josh Hartnett's family were initially killed by the fucking Manson hippies and you saw him deteriorate on the ship, you thought it was perhaps going to be about one man descending into madness and another man coming out of the simulation and slowly seeing the change or the descent. But Instantly we got another turn where he started to offer him to use the machine. So then I started to think, oh well, it could be one of a few things. He could go and get revenge on the hippie family, but they were all in jail, so that didn't seem feasible. And the other option was, you know, he started to get accustomed to the life when he was going into the robot, or, you know, have a direct relationship with a wife. And he started to show, and it set that up as well, because it was showing he had lots of qualities which Aaron Paul actually lacked. Aaron Paul was very stoic, didn't express his emotions, wasn't very cultured. And Josh Hartnett's character was the complete opposite of that. So like I said, it must have been hard for her because she's naturally attracted to her husband's appearance, which it was still, but then also a personality upgrade which made it more in line with hers. But yeah, again, they threw the twist at me that the wife wasn't interested, causing him to be a bit scorned and shit, and he hid it well, but I knew he wasn't going to let it lie that easily that she'd rejected him like that. And then when Aaron Paul found the pictures on the ship, I thought it might end with like one of them just executing the other while they were in the machine and unable to defend themselves. But yeah, even worse, like a bitter piece of shit that can't see someone else have nice things. He traps him outside of the ship doing a mission so he can quickly rush into the pod and murder his wife and children. I mean, Jesus Christ. And then it ended, and this has got to be the single most infuriating Black Mirror ending in history to me. Like, he just kicks a chair across like, boom, now we're the same, both our families have been killed, now we're in the same boat, come and hang with me. That is not satisfying to me, man. Like, his family was murdered by a bunch of maniacs. He went and actively murdered Aaron Paul's family. Fuck him forever. Like, Aaron Paul should radio that back down to Earth. They should send up some fucking space police or whatever it is. If not, let Aaron Paul murder him with his bare hands. Guy's just murdered his entire family. He's a confirmed serial killer. Don't kick a chair out to me, you weird piece of shit. So yeah, incredible episode. The infuriating ending, by the way, doesn't take away from the episode. It's like a fine ending, really. It just infuriates me as to how the story went, really, but expectedly dark. At this point, the darkness cannot shock me any further than we've had in previous episodes, do you know what I'm saying? So it's not that, it's just the unsatisfyingness of it, if that makes sense. I feel unsatisfied by that ending, and even in certain sad endings, they've still been satisfying, if that makes sense. But yeah, another brilliant episode, and I cannot wait to see what Charlie Brooker has in store for me next week. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below and share this around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much. And until next time, I have been BA, peace.